My view is he got a parking ticket. I've worked on SEC-related cases. They can be pretty serious, and I think that he got off with a parking ticket, and what he has to do now is be a lot more careful about what he tweets and what he smokes. And so I think that it's a pretty good outcome.
He is, by the way, continued to tweet on his own. It looks like he has not necessarily been tweeting material, non-public information or even anything material on Twitter just yet. But there's been even a couple of tweets and now intimations about what he's been saying. Do you think they need to take away the keys, if you will, i.e. the password in the account, and he needs to send everything directly to somebody else first?
Well, it's funny because I think a lot of what happens is people in these situations always blame the handlers. Why can't you control him? What I find when you're dealing with these gigantic operatic personalities is it's very hard to control them. And it's not like people behind the scenes aren't trying. Sure, in a perfect world, you would take away the iPhone or whatever he's tweeting with, but it doesn't work that way. I mean, these people are kings in their own little environment, and you try to control the king at your own peril.
Right. Okay, so what do? There's an article. Can you pass that over back for 1 sec?
Yeah.
In the New York Times today, there's an article about a group of people who have been taking aerial shots of parking lots where they say they are seeing large numbers, dozens, in some cases hundreds of Tesla vehicles, and are raising some serious questions about whether there's demand for these vehicles, what these cars, where these cars are going, or what is going on. The response from Tesla, I don't know, if you were the PR person, what you'd be saying. There's some suggestions. In some cases, they're not commenting about why the cars are there. In some cases, they're saying that they're being clustered or collected to be then delivered or to be fixed. But it's all sort of shrouded in mystery. What do you do?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know much about this particular incident, but I really think that Tesla has to come to grips with the fact that they have grown-up problems now. It's no longer the gee whiz project of a really cool science kid. It has to become a grown-up, viable company, or else it's just not going to last, because there are other auto companies in the world that make products that people really like. And so it really has to be an operation to look serious rather than gee whiz.
What do you do when the operations are not there yet? The fact that he's out there, you know, they're calling on volunteers to deliver the cars over the weekend to try to make the quarter. Clearly, the operations are not there. So what can you do on the PR end, if you will, to try to get them over the hump to the point where they can get the operations in order?
Well, I don't know that there's always a PR trick in something like this, but I do think that one of the things you have to do in a lot of situations like this is play your assets, and one of the assets is spiritual. The idea that this is what the future looks like, and that people who buy these products feel really good about doing so. And you hammer that. That's the best of your limited options.
What's your take on John Flannery?
Well,
getting the boot after literally, what are we saying, 13 months now?
Well, we have a running joke at our firm, which is you never want to be the first crisis management firm. You want to be the second or third, because the first gets fired. And now what we're seeing is a relatively new concept in the last few years in management controversies, that when you absolutely have to change the orbit of a story, you just bounce the CEO, whether it's fair or whether it's not, and I tend to think it's not. This is now where we are. That when you have a lot of calls coming into the media operation of a company, why aren't things better? Why aren't things better? The fastest way from A to B is bounce the guy. And I have my own reservations about whether that's a good strategy, but this is where we are. It's a head rolling contest.